I'm Judy Zelina. Welcome to the Millcreek Government Channel. Today on our program we have a friend of ours, a familiar guest, Judy Halcomb.
Okay.
Always a friend. No matter how many times I'm on that hot spot, she's still my buddy. Judy Halcomb. She is a registered nurse and she's retired, so she thinks. But we keep bringing her on board.
Right.
Joining us today is Lana Warrington, and Lana is with the Erie County Diabetes Association. She is the Prevention Services Coordinator.
Right.
Lana, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to be talking about a great new program, and I'm always excited to get the word out to our viewers on anything diabetes prevention related.
Right.
You know that.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, ladies. We were talking about current, like my current lifestyle or anybody's current lifestyle.
Okay.
We don't have to go to my current lifestyle.
Yeah, we're gonna.
But how can my current lifestyle put me at risk for developing diabetes in the future? I'm sure many of our viewers think they're doing everything perfect, A+ gold star in their forehead.
Right. Or the other extreme might be, I don't have to do anything because I don't have to be concerned about getting diabetes.
Exactly.
I'm never going to get it. And when I do, I'll worry about it then. Unfortunately, that's not the way it works. So I have a question for both of you to start us off, though, and get us in the gear. Here
Lana,
she is
welcome
looking
to
at
my
me.
world.
Right.
Scary.
If you had a choice right now, either one of you
All right.
had a choice to saying to yourself, do I really want to prevent diabetes at this point in my life, or would I prefer to just wait? If I get it, then I will take good control of that diabetes. If you had a choice right now, what would you pick?
I truly would pick preventing diabetes.
Okay, and how about yourself?
Prevention, of course.
And of course, why do you say that, though? That's easy to say. Well, of course you'd want to prevent anything. Why,
Right.
though? What's it going to do to your lifestyle?
It's going to change your lifestyle.
Drastically. That's the thing that our viewers have to understand. So when we talk about lifestyle and preventing diabetes, just as a little overview before we get into the exciting program we're going to talk about, you got to know if you're at risk. So ask ourselves, am I at risk? Well, if I'm over 40, if I'm overweight, if I have a family history, if I'm dealing with high blood pressure, or if I have heart disease like my family, full of heart disease and diabetes are like this. If you have any of those things, then what you have to say is, how many people don't even know what their family history is, though? Well, I'm not sure, but I don't think anybody ever had diabetes. Just assume somewhere back in your background that there was some diabetes. Then you approach your doctor and say, have I ever had a blood sugar done? The doctor will order it. You go to the laboratory to have it done. The results should be below 100 for a fasting blood sugar. It is not good enough to say, well, the doctor didn't say I have a problem, so I'm going on my merry way. We have an epidemic that is getting worse and worse all the time. And we have to dispel some of these myths that people have. Just wait for the crisis and then I'll deal with it. That's not the way to do it.
No, it isn't.
So how do our lifestyles really increase the risk we might have for diabetes? Take me as, for example, I'm 71 years old. Okay, I've been a diabetes educator all my life, yet I signed up for Lana's program. When you say, wait a minute, you're supposed to know everything that you're supposed to be doing, therein lies the problem. We pretty much know what we have to do or not do, but we're not willing to motivate ourselves to take action. And that's the message we want to get across in this program. So I could say I practice portion control. I do not exercise. You know, you've heard this a million times. Exercise is a swear word. Okay, I don't have high blood pressure, but I have the strong family history with heart disease. So lifestyle is going to magnify. I don't have a weight issue right now. I want to maintain that weight, though, the older I get. So it's like, look at yourself with Lana being very young, having a family. Okay, you get busy with, either work or your other activities or children. That becomes your priority, but not your health. Got to stop that. So what do you think about your lifestyle? Have you identified something in particular that really is putting you at risk for diabetes?
I have a family history of
Okay,
diabetes.
so she's got the family
Yes,
history.
a mother with prediabetes, a grandfather who passed away from diabetic complications.
Okay.
So that definitely puts me at risk.
Right, okay. And Judy, how about you? I don't recall, did you say there's any diabetes,
diabetes
in the family
in the family.
background? Okay.
I don't have any heart problems that I know of.
No high blood pressure?
No.
Listen.
Well, no. Okay.
Okay.
When I think of heart problems, there you go. There's a misconception. I
Okay.
think, someone had to have died of a heart attack.
Aha, okay. Right,
Okay.
heart and circulation
Right.
problems, the whole
Right.
nine
Yes, I
yards,
do
yes.
have.
So you do have some?
relatives, very close relatives
Okay.
that have high blood pressure, and
There
they're
you
on
go.
Blood pressure medication. I am not, fortunately. I exercise.
Okay, so you're
And I
good
don't
at
have a weight
Antipar-
problem.
Right,
My eating can
Is
still need some
tweaking.
Most people
Yes,
have that
that's
issue.
it, exactly.
And also something we haven't said was gestational diabetes puts you at higher
Yes,
risk. Was
right.
that something that you had when you were pregnant? They told you that you had gestational diabetes.
Well, they did not tell me that I
Okay.
had that, but
That they
I
didn't.
but I don't think they knew back then, or
Yes,
really
the
what it
focus
was,
wasn't
because
there. You
I
got it.
would have symptoms whenever I was pregnant. I would get very lightheaded, break out in a cold sweat with the shakes,
Uh-huh.
and I had to eat, and I
Hypoglycemia.
was ready
Yes.
to pass out. So I think that had something to do with my
Mm-hmm.
blood sugar levels when I was pregnant.
Very well.
But they never really diagnosed it.
This
You have
is
to
it. Yes.
I mean, Judy, that's 40-some years ago.
Oh, of course, right. But for our viewers, if you have a history of gestational diabetes, say this to yourself. A high percentage of those women will go on to develop type 2 diabetes, whether it's in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, doesn't matter.
Really?
You're at higher risk.
I didn't know
Exactly.
that.
Right. Now, I was a big baby. I weighed 8 pounds, 15 ounces. Okay. Neither of you has or had a weight issue, right? Ever? Is that true? You didn't have a weight issue?
I've definitely had, struggled with my weight, for
I
sure.
have too.
Okay.
I have
I
to
always have
work
too.
out and I have to watch what I eat.
Okay.
I'm not one of those people that can eat anything I want and have no repercussions for it.
So how else do you think your lifestyle could affect whether you're going to get diabetes or not, since we're into the prevention mode?
I think a lot of it is your diet, too.
Yes.
I know the reason I have a problem with my diet is not having a family at home.
Okay.
I'm not
So
cooking
You got it.
healthy meals.
Quickest thing like possible for you, whatever?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
And I pick a lot, too,
Uh-huh.
once I'm home.
Yes. Okay.
But I try and eat healthy during the day, like at lunch. Now, you with a family,
Right.
you can plan meals, but then again, with the young family schedule, a lot of times you're cutting corners and the meals aren't as healthy as they could be.
For
and
sure.
what they want to eat or not
Yes.
want to eat.
Well,
That's,
that's
a
just
big
it. And sometimes
Exactly.
it's easier to give in than to argue with them.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely.
Oh, much easier. Yeah. Right.
So she and I
think.
it's our eating habits, I
Yes.
think.
And
Yes.
mine, exactly.
Yours
the
too?
same thing. But you know what it all boils down to is our attitude. Are we willing to look at ourselves and say, I have a problem? Okay, now I always say, is it just this once you're trying to do what you're doing with your eating or not? We start playing a game with ourselves. Well, but this isn't going to hurt. That's not going to have me get diabetes. They seem to make that huge leap. That's not what you should be worried about. It's like, how can I be healthier on a day-to-day basis? And that will set me up for something better in the future.
And too, I think, Lon and I, both, it's at different times in our lives, but we both encounter the same difficulties.
Oh.
As I get older, I honestly don't have the energy I had when I was younger.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to talk myself out of exercising.
You got it.
Right.
You know, oh, well, maybe I think I'll put a movie on
Yes.
Netflix. That sure sounds a lot better than
That's it.
putting my
I worked
sneakers
hard
on.
today. Yeah.
Exactly.
Stressful day. I'll just relax. Yeah.
And Lana, what are some of your obstacles
Yeah.
that would stop you from exercising?
Working full-time
Yes.
and having a 7-year-old son. You work all day, you're away from your child. So at the end of the day, you think, should I take that extra hour and go work out, or should I go and be with my son?
Yeah.
But in the long run, I want to be healthy and lead by example. And I want my son to be able to look at me and think, well, my mom's healthy, and in return, he's going to be a healthy adult. That really is an obstacle for me that I need to push through. Is just time, spacing my time out, making time for myself.
That's it.
And I hear so many women, especially women,
Right.
saying the same thing.
That's it, for sure.
Well, then we feel guilty if you take time out for
There you
yourself.
go. There
For
you
sure.
go.
You
But
really do.
again, attitude change is not this
Exactly.
time, not feeling guilty,
Exactly.
feeling good that I want to take care of myself, like you're
Right.
saying.
And exercise makes me more energetic. So when I get home, I'm not sluggish and wanting to take a nap. I feel like I want to go back outside and do more things. More activity leads to higher energy levels. So.
It truly does.
It does, yeah. Now, how much do you typically exercise?
As much as I used to.
Is it, how many times a week, though? I mean, like,
Oh, at least 5 days a week.
That's
and it's
awesome.
walking or other, do you go to gym at all? or
Walking or Zumba.
Zumba? Okay,
Zumba's fun.
excellent.
I
Oh
had
my gosh.
I had some problems, but I like to do cardio and weights. The older you get too, and with diabetes, I mean, you know, cardio again for your heart.
Yes,
And weights. So I
absolutely.
try and incorporate all of that
Yeah, right.
into my lifestyle.
Okay.
But I can tell you, Lana and Judy, the older I get, I can talk myself out of it.
Oh.
Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. But
Absolutely.
you can't do that.
Do either of you wear a pedometer on an ongoing basis?
Do you?
I do off and on. I don't wear it every day. I know you
Okay.
do.
Well, I never did before getting into the program to support the actual program, but now that I do, it's like putting on a piece of clothing. I don't feel I'm all together unless I have the pedometer on. And it gives me such good information about what I am willing or not willing to do on that day.
Right, and for you, it was a huge motivator.
It is.
To see
It
how many
still
steps
is.
you're getting in and how many miles you've walked in a day.
Right.
So I think a lot of people feel the same way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, definitely.
Well, we all have risks, but I
Yes.
think the important thing is, and it can't be repeated often enough. What can I do, you know, to address these risks?
Okay, and that's a perfect segue to have Lana explain to us this magnificent program that is just started this year from
I'm
the Erie
excited
County
about this. I
Diabetes
really am.
Association.
I am.
I'm
Okay,
excited
Lana,
too.
tell us about it.
Well, it's called Group Lifestyle Balance, and it's a prevention program, and it's proven to prevent or delay the onset of type 2 diabetes. The proof comes from a study that was done by the Diabetes Prevention Program. And what they did is they took 3,000 individuals who were considered at high risk for becoming diabetic. They put one group in a group where they were asked to take a metformin pill, which is a pill used to treat diabetes. One group was a lifestyle change group, which meant exercise more, eat healthier, and lose 7 to 10% of their body weight. And the third group was a placebo group that was asked to take a sugar pill. They followed these volunteers for a span of 3 years, and what they found was that the metformin group decreased their risk of type 2 diabetes by 31%, which is good.
Yeah.
But the lifestyle group, the group that moved more and ate healthier, decreased their risk by 58%.
Really?
More than half.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then in
phenomenal.
individuals 60 years of age or older, the decrease was 71%. So when these findings came about, it was a no-brainer. They had to come up with a program that focused solely on lifestyle change because it's the easiest thing we can do. So the Highmark Foundation was gracious enough to give us a grant at the Erie County Diabetes Association for us to fund and run this program. So like the title states, lifestyle balance. You're balancing two major parts of your lifestyle, what you eat and how active you are. And we just go from there. It means eating less fat, eating more whole grains, fruits and vegetables. And the activity, your goal throughout the program is to reach 150 minutes of physical activity a week. So that's about 30 minutes, 5 days a week. So those are your two basic goals. And then we work from there. And we talk about why do you eat? Is it emotional eating? Is it mindless boredom? And we try to really get to the root of that problem and move forward from there.
So what you've said, Judy, about, well, what do we have to do to prevent it, is all part of this program. And it would be important for all of us to know that we can't cover all that in this span of time. That's why you got to get more information about this particular program. But even though it's great, you've been doing it now since
February.
March?
February,
okay.
yes.
How many participants have you had so far?
About 40 have went through so far.
Okay, and maybe to talk about the challenges, and I can share a couple things with those challenges. Yes,
right, because you know firsthand.
Yes.
Well, the duration can be challenging for some people. It is 22 sessions. It's broken down into 22 sessions over a 12-month span of time. So for some people, that's just overwhelming. They're not going to devote 12 months of their life to lifestyle change. But the reason for these ongoing sessions is we're trying to change unhealthy habits and bad behaviors or bad habits and replace them with healthy habits.
You got it.
So chances are these bad habits have been going on for years.
Many.
Right.
So to suspect instant gratification or instant change,
Right.
I mean, it's impossible.
Right.
A quick fix isn't going to do it.
No.
So in each session is a stepping stone. So you're moving forward. And each 22 sessions, you're moving forward and you're breaking down barriers that help you get around your obstacles that have kept you from being healthy all of these years. So that's why you have to really stick it out. And if you join the program, it's crucial that you are willing to commit.
Yes.
And you have to be ready for some real positive lifestyle changes.
And if you commit, which is like starting out for the first 12 weeks is an hour a week, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that doesn't sound like so bad, but get yourself there 12 weeks in a row, because I found myself saying,
Right.
I'm not going to go today because first of all, I didn't track my food that I was supposed to write things down. And you know you're going to have to be accountable in a group more so than just yourself. You can make excuses. So writing things down, and the exercise was just horrendous for me to get into this pattern. So put the pedometer on, I've got it on right today, and say, here's my goal for today, and I'm gonna write down if I was close or far away, and where am I gonna be tomorrow. It is the accountability, I have to say, Lana, the more I'm into this, the accountability factor is to someone other than yourself.
Right.
So you're not gonna be able to keep playing the games you've been playing.
And don't you find that having that network of support, those people that are in the group
my
that
gosh.
we're all kind of going through the same thing and bouncing ideas off of one another and being motivated by each other, I think that plays a huge role in the success of the program.
And you look at each other and the one will say something and you say, wow, that's what I experienced. Isn't that something like, I thought I was so
You're not
different,
alone.
you know? Yes.
Now, Judy, you are in this program. How can somebody join this program? Are there requirements?
There are eligibility requirements. The age requirement is you have to be between the ages of 18 and 74. We had to pick a cutoff and 74 was it. You have to have a BMI, which is 24 or above, which 24 is not, it's not even considered quite overweight yet. It's right below the overweight range. Or you could be told, if your doctor has told you that you're pre-diabetic, then you're eligible for the program. And if you don't know if you're at risk, we have an at-risk assessment. And if you want to check that out, you can go to the Erie County Diabetes Association website. It's diabeteserie.org, and you click on the prevention screening tab, and it pops right up a risk assessment. So you take that, and if the assessment states that you're at high risk, then you're eligible for the program.
Yes.
Oh, okay. How many participants do you have?
Can be in one group.
Well, how many do you have right now?
40.
You have 40?
4 sites, 40 participants.
Okay, now this is a group. Now this group started in when, February? When did you say
My
this?
first group started in February, but I have 4 separate groups running in
Yes.
various locations throughout
Yes.
Erie.
Right.
All right.
County.
So, and then you could be starting a new group, like,
Yes.
say, for instance, I say,
Always.
well, let me go online, see if I would
Yes.
be
Yes.
eligible, and maybe can I join a group? When you get enough participants, then you'll start another group? Is that how that
you will
goes?
Get online.
Right.
All my contact information is online. If you're eligible and you feel like you're ready for this lifestyle change,
All right.
you would call our office. I would take your name and all of your information, and as soon as I got at least 10 people together, I would call you and say, these are the locations we have available, these are the days and the times, and then in return you would pick your location, the time that works for you, and the day that works for you.
So what do you
Now,
think,
do I have to
Judy?
go to, what?
Okay, so how does it sound so far, like trying to sign up for that program?
Sounds easy.
It
Wow.
is easy.
Okay.
Sounds really easy.
And would you yourself ever have an interest to do that?
Well, let me ask first.
Okay.
Okay, you said go to the different, do I have to go to meetings, or do I go and meet with a group, and how often am I doing this?
It's broken down, like I said before, 22 sessions. So there's core sessions, and there's
Okay.
12 weekly sessions. So if you're
So
in,
it's one a week?
we'll say you're in Group
Right.
A.
Okay.
So every Monday at 4 o'clock, you're going to meet me at WQLN, we would just say.
Okay.
And every Monday we meet, between 10 and 20 of us, and we do session 1. When week 2 comes, then we'll meet here on Monday at 4 o'clock, and we'll go on to session 2.
Got it.
Every day there's a weigh-in. So you weigh in, and you get to see your progress.
Right.
And you hand in your tracker. So anything that you would be eating or drinking throughout the day, you
Yes.
write everything down. That's part of being accountable.
Right.
And you hand that in, and I would give you a new one. And then as the group goes on, we add physical activity to it. So then you're tracking your physical activity minutes. And then
Right.
as the group continues to progress, you get the pedometer, and then we're recording steps. It's all about setting reachable goals for yourself and
Okay.
meeting them. We don't set, the goal up here. It's here, baby steps to make a huge lifelong
Right.
change for you that's going to, in turn, make you healthier and feel better.
So the bottom line is, it's once a week
Once
is
a
what
week.
you're going to be meeting for 22 weeks.
Once a week for 12 weeks.
For 12
That's
weeks,
the core.
okay.
And then it goes bi-weekly, which are called your transitions. So we're
Okay.
seeing how you do a week out, a week without meeting with us.
Okay.
And then it's once a month follow-ups. And
Right.
those sessions are titled How to Stay on Track, What to Do If You Slip. So it's kind of to keep you motivated. And then when the 22 weeks is up and ended, then it's almost like you graduate. You're certified, you have completed the group lifestyle balance program.
But through the whole thing, you have access to this lifestyle coach in the
right.
name of Lana.
Calls,
okay?
emails.
Exactly.
We sh-
Talking to each other if
Right.
you want to.
Sharing emails if you'd like
Yes.
to, and talk to other group
Right.
members about problems that they're having.
What type of exercise is involved?
We don't.
Since I know she's over here saying, exercise.
Right.
Not anymore.
Not anymore,
You were
no.
a
What
tough
type of
cookie with the
exercise?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Never. First of all, any exercise that is implied is always to be okay with your doctor. We always say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But most of the time, people choose to do the brisk walking, and 30 minutes of it a day. And what that entails is, if you're walking with a friend, to consider it brisk, you should be able to talk but not sing.
Okay.
So if you can chat with your friend and you feel your breathing's different, then you're walking briskly, and that's what we require of the program. Nothing more than that. And then as the program goes on, we give you options if you want to start resistance training. We give you manuals of how to do it safely, and then we can show you, demonstrate how to do it safely. We haven't gotten to the resistance training yet in our program. But really, it's walking, or if you go to the gym,
Okay.
you're reporting your gym time and what you do. It's not me assigning an exercise to you. It's you choosing what works for you.
Or
Got it.
when it rains
Right.
too, and I'm supposed to be out there walking, I have my little drill that I do in the house.
There you
go
go.
down the basement steps,
Right.
up the steps several times around in a circle.
Correct.
Okay.
So you get around it so
Right.
that you keep yourself motivated.
Right. Well, we are coming to the end of our time. Again, how can, if someone is interested in this program, how can they sign up for it or get more information?
They can call our office, the Erie County Diabetes Office, and the phone number is 814-454-0715, and you can ask for myself, Lana Warrington, or you can just say you're interested in hearing more about the Group Lifestyle Balance Program. Or you can log on to diabeteserie.org, and it says Prevention Program. You can click on that, and it will tell you all about the GLB, and my contact information, again, will be on there. But ideally, at some point through call or email, you'll get a hold of me, and I'll set up a group for you and a time that works for you.
This is a wonderful program.
Yeah, and
I'm so excited about this.
in addition to what Lana said too, just to remind our viewers that if you would like to see programming like this continue in the future, we need the financial support of the community. We are local, every penny raised stays here. Therefore, it's very important to support efforts like this as a community.
Donations, volunteers.
Yes,
You'll always find something
absolutely.
for them to do.
Yes.
And they do need your help. They're doing a wonderful, wonderful job here. I can attest to that. Judy and I have been talking. We've been talking to different members throughout the years.
Yes.
The Erie County Diabetes Association. You guys are great. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
there and helping the community. Judy, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
And
Look forward to being here
and me
again.
never letting her retire.
Right. And we'll bring Lana back so that at
Yes.
some point she can share those
Yes.
results too.
Lana, this
as
is
the
a
year
great program.
progresses.
Thank you so much for sharing the information with us. I think you're going to be getting a lot of people signing up.
I hope so. And thank you for having me.
Okay, ladies, again, it's been a pleasure.
It has.
Viewers, if you have any questions or you're interested in this program, feel free to give them a call. Check out the website. Thank you for tuning into the Millcreek Government Channel. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
You're watching the Millcreek Government Channel, powered by WQLN Public Media.